I am going to start this with I love my sister Audrey, she is genuinely one of my favorite people. Doesn't mean I agree with her decisions. Back in high school she cheated before and it was high school so I didn't care, just said gross, and moved on. A couple years later she started dating this guy Matt and he was a super chill guy, basically lived at our parents' house with my sister and even helped with chores, but he was in the military so we'd only see him for a bit. They got engaged about a year later and he got deployed for 6 months. And let's be honest, no one can just live on their own after 18 immediately, so of course I still lived with my parents and so did my sister. About 4 months before their wedding my sister would go out and be gone till around 3-4 a.m. and tell us she was at D&D. Normally I wouldn't think much of it, but it was like twice a week and we never saw her. I'd see her for all of 1 hour a day sometimes. She'd tell me she went shopping and didn't bring her wallet, cancel plans on us and basically be sketchy. One day she came home and had this guy with her who I'll call Craig. Craig looked like a skinny acne-filled version of Matt and they were very touchy. I immediately felt uncomfortable. He was helping her with some car problems and cut himself and she grabs his hand with both of hers and tried to bring him inside and I stopped her. Came up with a lie that mom doesn't want strangers in her house unless she met him. That made Audrey not happy. Anyways, around 2 months before the wedding Matt was able to call, so I called him and asked if he knew about all Audrey's outings and how late she came home, kind of giving my sister the benefit of the doubt cause again we really liked this guy she was with. He immediately cut me off and told me that I shouldn't accuse her of cheating and that I was being an asshole. Taken aback I said fine and moved on. I wasn't upset cause he stood up for his girlfriend and believed in her. It was cute, like oh he really loves her. This is where the story begins. 2 months after they got married, Audrey is at work. It's me, my parents, my little sister Brittany, and our youngest brother Adam. You know those moments where mom is so upset the room feels hot and you think you're gonna die? Well, we were sitting in the living room and my mom was getting filled with that bone-chilling rage. Me, my dad, and Brittany are all making eye contact to try and figure out who did it. My mother hands her phone to my dad. His face turns to a mixture of rage and sadness. Did some typing, looked at Brittany, and said, "Do you have a friend's house you can stay at tonight?" She said yup, grabbed her stuff and left. I asked what's up. My dad looked at me and said Audrey is cheating. I got up and said, oh look at that, I have to be at work and I'll come home later, so I left. I went to work, not my rage, don't wanna get burned for being too close. I came home at 10 p.m. that night, walked in the front door and I met with not one but 2 infuriated mothers. Matt's mother was on the couch holding a notebook taking notes. They both look at me. I notice my sister sitting in an office chair in front of them, makeup running down her face. I have never run away faster in my life. I ran upstairs to change and leave to our neighbor's house. And I find Adam. He had cleaned and mopped the hallway, the bathroom and his room, started his own laundry and changed his sheets. Here is how our conversation went. Me, dude, Adam, WTF him, I donno man. I hear screaming, crying, and more screaming. I am not gonna get in trouble too, I'm covering all my bases. I started laughing so hard and asked him, do you wanna leave with me? He said hell no, I ain't going down there, you're nuts. Put his headphones back in. I quickly change and leave to my neighbors. My dad was on their couch, divided by 2 bottles of alcohol. I told him, hey dad, you forgot something, like your youngest in a house of angry women. He laughed and informed me he forgot, was too scared and ran away, said he'll pay him as an apology later. He then told me what happened. My mom got an email from Craig's mother informing her she had found mom on Facebook when she discovered that my sister was in fact married. She then included that she wasn't okay with them sleeping together under her roof, so she sent receipts of hotel stays with my sisters and Craig's names on them, pictures of them as a couple, and informed us that when she confronted Audrey she told him it's okay because her husband May is gay, that they were planning to get a divorce after our Aunt Melanie died, and that May knew about it. She didn't trust her, so she messaged my mom telling her she was going to call Matt's branch and let them know about the false marriage. Those of you that don't know, that could get him dishonorably discharged for lying on federal paperwork. And my dad sent it to Matt's mom apparently and left. I still remember that night so vividly cause I knew I was correct in my suspicion. I won't update unless this is blown up or asks. This was a lot of typing.